Hello everybody, this is the Dallas Crane Gaming, but always known as a future DM of a upcoming game that I designed and had some help with from an old friend of mine. I'm not going to say her name, but they provided me some material I can work with. So, when it comes down to this video, there will be each character lore when it comes down to the main characters that you will interact with in the world. But as you can see, you're going to be hearing a short but good lore story behind Willow, shadelwind. So, all I'll end up saying is sit back and enjoy me reading. Willow Shadelwind is the current mayor of the small town out on the outskirts of Louisiana, on the edge of the bayou itself. It's a pretty well known town for the tourism, the attractions, but the main thing that is capable of bringing joy and being able to bring a welfare and a rehabilitation service to those who are having trouble recovering from trauma or have a troubled past. Willow first came in and ended up being brought in by Eli Thornton, who later on ended up letting her be adopted into his own family due to the mysterious circumstance of her appearing that one night. But when it comes down to her kind and patient manner to those who are willing to listen and hear the old stories of the voided century. Due to her being of an elven descent, she can't really age, but she'll always be stuck in the appearance of a 20-year-old woman, or mid-30s, depending on how you see it. So, she ended up deciding to keep the traditions of the Blood Moon Festival, to keep it running for it every single year. And when it comes down to her dedication to help those in need, she's always going to end up being kind and gentle when it comes down to specific tasks that people will not be able to have help with, such as arcane arts, druidry, or history based on the old stories of great adventures based on the actual people that's been later stricken from books. And when it comes down to her being the now foster mother of an infant, she didn't really reveal that news to anybody as of late, due to her being holed up in her own home, right in the center of town. She'll always end up either being seen taking a stroll near the water of the bayou, or heading towards a small island of a grave of a once said friend of Eli Thornton. When it comes down to the mystery behind as to why she hasn't aged for how many centuries it has passed since then, she'll always end up trying to find a way to get rid of this odd illness or curse of some kind in order to pass on. But when it comes down to the festival activities or the activities of what she will always end up hosting or do, it'll always end up being that of another task for her to do. Currently, due to her, as of right now, taking a stroll around the town, greeting everybody as she goes, just to get a fresh sense of air. She'll always end up being able to help whenever she can or could. But she currently is carrying 4 sets of letters. All unnamed, of course, but with a wax seal of that of a blue feather right in the center of the wax seal, with a single star placed on it. And when it comes down to her sending out invitations of the upcoming festival of the Blood Moon in the community that she ended up running for over centuries up to the current present day, she's been getting odd feelings of mysterious circumstance that might end up happening, but it might be a gut feeling or an odd one. But as she ends up mailing the letters into the mailbox out on the outskirts of town, right near the gate, she'll end up starting to head back. There will always end up having a sense of dread over her shoulder as she will end up having a slight feeling of chill running down her spine. Before she ends up shaking it off and decides to head back to her home, resuming her duties as a mayor, filling out paperwork and talking to people who are needing to talk about to a related problem. So, that's all I'm going to end up saying for that of Willow. But when it comes down to it, please click on the like button below. But if you end up clicking on that, if you want to stick around and hear more, go and click on the subscribe button. And if you end up wanting to leave a comment or want me to make a video for a questionnaire, please leave a comment for that. Otherwise, I will end up seeing you in the next one. But the next one will be a bit of a special one. So, that is the end of this video. And I'll see you guys later in the next one. Bye-bye.